Welcome back to another triangle
Lord
strategy.
Silvio of Telliore offers the solitary House Wolffort an ally, and a place of protection for Roland.
So that's latest. We accepted Telliore's proposal, so here we are, dealing with him right now.
Serenoa accepts his offer, and Silvio puts his plan to ensnare his new allies into motion.
Sleep with one eye open.
No! Spare me! I beg you!
That's enough, Rufus.
You call these men soldiers, Silvio? They haven't got any spine.
You can take your frustrations out on House Wolffort. They accepted my gracious offer.
I would have preferred they hadn't. I hate dirty jobs. I expect double for this one.
And you shall have it. You will strike once the banquet is finished. Only Roland need live.
So is he a bandit or an S Frosty? I got side stories and character stories. Side stories first.
I beg you, sir, give me one more chance. I shall not fail again.
We are already taking measures against House Wolffort. A suitable pawn has showed itself before us. Though, perhaps, I should be more wary of my own family than any other.
Huh?
Falkes is all that remains of the three high houses. I trust you know what to do, Avlora.
Lord Landroy Falkes is famed for his bow arm.
He had the pluck to fire at your master during the war. Do you think you can best him?
Without a doubt.
Who is Avlora's master? So bounty's probably for Roland. Everyone's out for Roland nowadays.
I don't know what to expect now that Frost's taken over Glenbrook.
I heard they put a huge bounty on the prince's head.
Yeah, it's none but other. No other.
We could make a killing if we catch him.
I always dreamed of kidnapping royalty. But the prince of a crumbling kingdom?
They'd probably kill him if we turned him over.
The reward is tempting, though.
The reward is tempting, though.
But we ain't getting them until later. Or maybe the next run too. Alright. Oh. Nothing new, I guess. Just furthering relationships with our usual characters.
Seems as if the troubles never cease. I'd kill for a drop of ale.
I take it you and Benedict have seen your share of trouble. You have both served House Wolffort for many years, yes?
Aye. We both served Lord Simon since we were green between the ears. Through the good times and the bad. To see him now, you wouldn't believe the stories of what we got up to in our tender years. Even then, though, he was always the schemer. Always drawing me into his fanciful plots.
Has so much changed since then?
I don't reckon so. In any case, was there something you wanted to ask me?
There was. The other day, Benedict posed quite the strange question to me. Where snowbell blossoms bloom?
Indeed. I thought perhaps you had seen trace of the flowers while scouting with Flugy.
I've spotted clusters of them in the deep mountain passes before, but not of late.
So it is as I thought. They have ever been a rare sight, even more so in recent years. I had thought to procure one, but it may be wise to temper my expectations in that regard.
Life always finds a way to flourish. I am certain Anna and I can find one before long.
I would not have you chasing my idle fancies. You both have more vital duties to attend to.
Of course.
So, Benedict's looking for a snowbell blossom. What's so peculiar about that?
Nothing, if it were anyone else asking. However, I think you'd agree that Benedict is not the type to go picking flowers on a whim. They say that when a snowbell blooms...
That moment is frozen in time. Aye.
Precisely. You and Benedict both never fail to surprise. But of all flowers, why the snowbell? Does he have some lady love I'm unaware of?
I can't speak to that, but I'll tell you one thing, Hewitt. We've all got moments locked away and placed close to our hearts. You, me, even a stubborn-headed mule like Benedict. Like the snowbell, we want them frozen like that forever. And like the snowbell, they're liable to shatter if we let another handle them carelessly.
I understand. I apologize if I was too forward. Let us forget the matter.
No, it isn't you that needs to apologize. I'm always telling Benedict no one likes being lectured.
Erador trying to act and talk smart, kind of throwing you off.
It was enlightening. I see you and Benedict are true friends.
For lack of a better word, aye. Bring me a draft of ale, and I'll tell you all about our younger days. At least, what I can remember. I recall Benedict wasn't nearly as capable as he is now.
I may have to take you up on that offer.
Do you really reckon snowbells are still blooming somewhere out there?
Perhaps. Though I've not seen them in this region. They may still bloom in the southern reaches.
In other words, a trek and a half from here. Don't give up the search, my friend.
Geela's next.
Greetings. Were you training outside?
Not today. Even I stay away from the proving grounds on occasion. The members of the Kingsguard must keep themselves in prime fighting shape. That includes resting when our bodies are weary.
A wise policy. The handmaidens of Esfrost adhere to a similar principle. With clear eyes, we see, we serve, we anticipate.
Interesting. Although our tools are different, we're alike in our aims.
Indeed. We must be the pillars our charges turn to in times of need. Even so, we are only human. If I may ask in confidence, do you ever find it trying to serve Prince Roland? Is he ever unreasonable? Have you ever found your patience tested?
No, never.
Probably all the time.
It is an honor to serve, always. It is an odd question to ask, but I must confess I find it hard to imagine what it is like to serve in a society such as Esfrost's.
As do I, although I lived through it. It all feels as if it were so long ago.
You're not one for speaking plain, are you? But I suspect we may have much in common. I'm curious to hear your story, if you are willing to share it.
Of course. I made a promise to myself long ago to effect change through my own deeds, not to live as a mere servant.
And what came of that promise?
Hailing from Hyzand, at first I endeavored to learn at the ministry, that I might use the knowledge gained there to help others.
So she came from Hyzand. That's new info for us.
But they guard their secrets fiercely, and maintain strict control over what fields their students can pursue. As much as it pained me to leave my home, I could not suffer such stifling rules, and so set forth to Esfrost. I took quickly to learning at the archives, where independent study is encouraged. I spent days in the stacks, soaking up as much knowledge as I could, when one day...
You are the one called Geela, yes?
Svarog is Dragan's father. We haven't heard from him since Dragan was killed.
Yes, my lord.
They tell me you're the most talented researcher the archives have ever seen.
I couldn't say that, my lord. Though I do spend more time here than most anyone else.
Admirable modesty. And you aren't frightened of me. Most impressive. I believe we have a suitable role for you. Come with me. The Archduke would have a word.
The Archduke? But...
No harm will come to you, if that is your fear. Now, follow me.
Lord Svarog had arranged an audience with the former Archduke of Esfrost, who appointed me as Frederica's personal tutor. She was the former Archduke's daughter, so I took my duty seriously. Yet I could never shake the feeling that I had betrayed my ideals. Perhaps I justified it by telling myself that my teachings could plant the seed for change.
An indirect approach, but an active one nonetheless.
The chance was unexpected, to be sure, but I could not very well deny it. The Archduke's successor, Gustave, was a man that paid no heed to birth or blood. He effected a change in people's attitudes, a change which provided fertile ground in which my teachings could take root.
Her speaking good about Gustave kind of throws you off too.
Thus, I stayed by Frederica's side. Truth be told, I had not thought to be with her for this long. And yet, here I am. Life is truly a journey of unforeseen destinations.
She could have easily just came back to Esfrost, but she chose to stay with Frederica. Yeah, one more, Rudolph. Don't really know a lot about this guy.
Please, good sir, toss us a spare coin.
A beggar.
Cast off from the Esfrosti mine, no doubt. Focus, Rudolph. There is work to be done.
Many thanks, sir. May your good deed be returned tenfold.
Apologies for that, ma'am. On we go.
This war has forced so many into poverty. Everyone looks a bit more downtrodden these days. Is everything all right? You seem miles away.
Just thinking of the past is all.
You've made your last run, smuggler scum!
Damn it all! Looks like I'm done for.
You're under arrest for the illegal transportation and distribution of salt.
Please, you've got to let me go. I beg you.
For what?
My little brother needs me. He'll die if you don't. He's sick and...
A likely story. What a pity, then, that you chose to betray your country, rather than support him through honest means. Throw him in a cell so he can contemplate the consequences of his crimes.
No! Get your hands off me! You gotta let me go! I got to smuggling salt so I could afford medicine for my brother. We could barely put food on the table, let alone find money for medicine. I know it ain't right, but what choice did I have?
Yeah, that's why they thought Rudolph was a good guy. He didn't really have a choice.
He died while I was locked up.
Thought so.
I broke my promise to him.
I had no idea.
It's not anything to do with you anyhow. Let's get back to work.
Alright, I think that's it for the side stories and character stories.
So, Lord Silvio has been in contact with Esfrost.
I heard he made for Whiteholm Castle not long ago. And I received identical reports from several of our spies in Telliore.
So he's here to sell us out.
There is a reason he is known as an opportunist, in which case he has but one objective.
Securing Prince Roland to use as leverage with Esfrost.
I was also told that House Telliore has hired a man named Rufus as a bodyguard.
What do you know about this man?
Just a bandit-looking guy.
He's a bounty hunter known as Hero's Bane, loyal to none but coin.
Killer of heroes.
That said, he's a ruthless fighter. It would be wise not to underestimate him.
To think Lord Silvio would hire such a man.
It means he is serious. We must plan accordingly.
Understood. Gather the others. We have much to discuss.
So Lord Silvio's proposal was all a ruse to ensnare me?
Unfortunately so. He has been in contact with Esfrost. But he must have surmised that simply bending the knee would not suffice, and thought to use you to curry favor with the Archduke.
Using the prince as leverage? Has he no shame?
Well, we can't even talk about shame anymore. We did a shameful tactic last stage. Burned of Laura, to be specific.
We can no longer trust anyone.
Including ourselves.
That dirty scoundrel played us for fools.
We made the best choice we could. Had we refused, he would have attacked us outright.
Indeed, there are countless soldiers lurking around the premises.
So he came prepared for a refusal. I suppose we can expect as much from the famed opportunist.
My lord, we must strike before he does.
You mean for us to cross blades with Lord Silvio?
We have the upper hand now, knowing what awaits. We must do whatever it takes to survive.
So the war has already begun.
It has. His objective is to capture Prince Roland. Once we are in his territory, he will use the surest measure to secure His Highness. In which case...
Alright, we move to House Telliore, all the way near the border of Esfrost Duchy. And that guy Rufus is like down there.
Welcome, Prince Roland. Lord Serenoa. A beautiful banquet, just as I promised. I cannot wait to share a glass of Telliore's finest wine with you.
Likewise, Lord Silvio. We cannot thank you enough for the warm reception.
Please, relax, Your Highness. As Lord of House Telliore, I promise to protect you to my last breath.
Thank you.
You must be exhausted. Why not have a glass of wine? I am sure you will find it to your liking.
Ah, like nectar from the heavens. I should have expected no less of Telliore.
Please drink your fill. I insist, everyone.
I shall.
I have never tasted anything quite so delicious.
in honor of the fallen.
Cheers to the glory of the High Houses!
We mustn't let our guard down. I should take the chance to learn the lay of the land. So they're just setting, what's his name, Silvio up. They already know of the trap, but they're acting, so he's not on his guard. I have prepared only our finest wines for the occasion. Please drink to your heart's content. The night is still young. Pray, relax, and enjoy the banquet. Occasions for celebration are few and far between in times like these. I hope you are able to enjoy the banquet, even if only for a moment. Lord Silvio still believes we have fallen into his trap. I suggest taking the opportunity to prepare for the inevitable battle ahead, drink in hand, of course. It truly is a beautiful banquet, one I would have enjoyed were it not a trap. I am fine, I assure you. This is only my third glass. Won't you have another, Lord Serenoa? Convincing, no? I had heard the Telliore domain was famous for its grapes, but their wine is far sweeter than ever imagined. Lord Silvio is truly a generous man for sharing the bounty of his land with us. It seems the people are unaware of Lord Silvio's plan. This wine is something incredible. You can tell the grapes got all the sunshine they needed to grow up strong and sweet. You know, they say a life without Telliore wine is half a life lived. They're downright fools to spoil such a good drink for their stupid scheme. So everyone's on the same page now. Besides talking to everyone, we're gonna gather supplies. trying to not blow their cover, but we're already aware of it anyway. It may seem in poor taste to refuse wine on such an occasion, but a hawk rider must be ready to take flight at a moment's notice. For House Telliore to have devised such an underhanded plot means they have also fallen on hard times. To think a day would come where one of the high houses turned against another and under the guise of an alliance no less. I never thought such a thing possible. What are your thoughts on the matter, my lord? Without needless bloodshed. I thought you might say that, but I doubt they will be so merciful toward us. Pray, leave such needless sympathy behind for yourself and Prince Roland both. Thank you, Anna. I shall take your words to heart. They will strike in the middle of the night. Be on your guard, my lord. It appears he doesn't know yet about Lord Silvio's plot, so not everyone's in the same page, we could say. Thank you, we must do everything in our power to protect those dear to us. Needn't worry, a kind soul such as yourself is bound to find a worthy companion in time. Well said. Indeed they are. The days we have spent together are regrettably few, but she is now a precious member of my family. I must protect House Wolffort, for her sake as well. That's 7 out of 9 now. Should be 2 more treasure. 2 in the vineyard area. Let's talk to this guy. The wine here ain't bad, which is more than I can say for the rest of this place. Alright, not much to say. Okay, I think that should be it. Just need to read up a bit. think that's it. I should return lest Lord Silvio gets suspicious. Telliore's wine truly is superb, but I think you have had more than your fill, Roland. Hardly. I would have another glass or 4. You have no idea how pleased I am to see you enjoying your Demesne's wine, but you must be exhausted. Perhaps it is time you retire for the night. Hey, I think we shall do just that. This way, Roland. It's not gonna work as you planned.
Prince Roland, are you sure you're not drunk?
Hardly. It was all an act. Convincing, no?
We cannot let our guard down. The real battle begins now.
But of course, I expect they will be here soon.